Hi, guys. Hello. They won't let me go live anymore on Instagram because I don't have 1,000 people on Instagram following me. Okie dokes. Who's here? Hi. Sorry, I was a little late. Oh, it's such a Sunday today. Hi, who's here? Hello. Sorry, I was late. Lost my drink again. Oh. Hi, guys. Oh. Thirsty, hungry, everything. How are you guys tonight? I'm ready for Skincare Sunday when we're done with this. Hi, guys. Who's here? I'm on now. Hello. Hi, guys. I think I'm going to bring the lights down a little tonight. I don't need them so bright. There we go. I've got a mask on. It's my Skincare Sunday. Hi, guys. Just let me know who's here in the comments. All right, guys, let's get settled in. Hope everybody's comfy and cozy. I'm actually going to start out by showing you guys a little facial massage that I do. This is from Suku. This is they call it their massage cream. And they do what they call a Gankin massage. I do an abbreviated Gankin massage. I basically cover my face in this massage cream and do a lymphatic drainage. There's my little tool. Oh, give me one sec. This is a awesome roller that I actually got for free, if you could call it that, when I used to use Vintner's Daughter. That was like my big skincare craze, I guess, when I was still getting a lot of breakouts. It was really good for me. And then when I hit menopause, I really dried up and I haven't had any acne problems. Now I just have like dryness issues. But on Sundays, part of my skincare Sunday is doing some facial massage. You can do it with one of these tools. You can get one of these online. Hey, Becky. Right back, just getting your coffee. You can drink coffee this late? I cannot. Anyway, this is a tool that's all over Amazon and stuff now. You can look at, I think there's one called Skin Gym. And hi, I use it a lot. Like when I have a migraine, I'll put this in ice water. I can go like behind my eyes with it. It's great for draining here, carving out your features. You can do eyelids with it. It's great. And everything about your lymphatic drainage should go out. And then you've got back here, you want to do some tapping. It doesn't have to be like hard. You just want to tap gently. And then also right here. And you can use this too if you want. You can roll gently here. What's going on, Becky? Who else is here? It's really nice. You can really get things kind of getting some of the fluid like moved out of your face. I wake up very puffy sometimes. The other thing that I love are my Dew Skin. They have all kinds of reusable eye masks now. And in the morning, like while I'm doing 1,000 other things, I use a couple different eye creams depending on what's going on with my eyes that day. Okay, so a few of the eye creams that I really like are, this one is made by Dew. It's called Oracle Reviving Eye Gel. And this one is very lightweight. Like if you're prone to milia, this is a good one because it's not too heavy. You can just take a little bit of it and pat it into your eye area. And then when you're done, you can put this on. Sometimes I put a little extra on the back here. I wear these around. This is one of the ones I use. I'm also loving the In Beauty Extreme Cream Eye Cream. You tried that before and your muscle went so tense you could hardly open your mouth the next day. Are you talking about this? The Skin Gym? Are you talking about this? Were you going too hard with it? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you really should only just feel light pressure. If you want to use firmer pressure, I think fingers are better because you have like more control. So this Extreme Eye Cream, I'm loving. This has a little bit of caffeine in it. It's definitely a little bit heavier. So I would test little areas before you decide. And then a lot of times when I'm doing my eyes, I do this, just some like light tapping to kind of get that fluid moving. Help you get rid of the puffies. The Sarah Creel eye cream is another one that I really like. This one is also like part color corrector. So it's expensive is what it is. It's a peachy tone. And if you put this on like before makeup, it really acts as a color corrector and a depuffer and a hydration. The biggest thing that I have found is that having enough hydration under my eyes is like something that I really need, especially if I'm going to put any makeup on over it. So Becky, it's you and me, and who else is here right now? Lisa, have you figured out how to comment yet? So I went on Instagram to try to tell everybody that I went live, and you need to have 1,000 people following you in order to go live on Instagram now. And I only have 646, so I've got a little ways to go. If you want to tell somebody to follow me, that'd be great. Oh, okay, guys. So, Becky, it's you and me, and who else is here? You got to be really careful with doing things too hard on your face, you know? This should just move fluid. I like this also, like when my arthritis is really bad, I can use it on that. If I've got a sore shoulder or something, you know, it's just a really nice tool. And in ice water, back here is a migraine savior. It really and truly is. It's a great one. Oh, so Becky, it's you and me, and I keep seeing the numbers go down and up. People are obviously very frightened when they see somebody without any makeup going on for a beauty talk. But it's Sunday, and I'm in my sweats, and I'm comfy, and I just want to not pretend like I walk around in makeup all the time. It's not real. Not real life. So, Becky, what have you been up to this weekend? I'm not sure who else is here. I keep seeing the numbers like go up and down. I don't know. It might just be the two of us, babe. It says that there's one other person here now. Could be Molly. She's in her car. Not sure. Hard to scroll. Your mouse is bugging you. Sorry. I feel you with the technology thing. So the other night when everything died, it would be because when our power went out, we were messing around with things because I had to reset the lights, and the plug must have come out of my camera because I leave it plugged in all the time, so I don't have to run out of battery. My camera actually ran out of battery the other day. That is why I couldn't hear anybody or talk to anybody. I couldn't do any of the things that we planned to do. It's kind of a Michelle thing, I guess. The irony is that we're talking a lot about technology today. I just want to make sure everybody who's coming can get here. Okay. Should we get started? Should we not get started? So the first thing I want to do is tell all of you guys that Amit Beauty Talk is still working on getting her page put back up. She is putting things on her blog right now, which is amit.beauty.com, I believe. amit.beauty.talk. Hi. I'm live. Okay. Hard to scroll. Oh my, well, you might have to reschedule. Not much fun with just you. Oh, Becky, we can have fun. Just doesn't have to do that. You need to buy one of those rollers. Oh, are you on and you can't comment? Hold on a second. Can't figure out how to comment. It is showing a different name, so you need to figure it out. You just can, where it says post a comment, just type something, like type hi. These are great, and you can find them really cheap now on Amazon. This thing was like a fortune when it first came out. Okay, it says that there's 4 of us here right now. Now 3. She needs to open the panel. How does she do that? What do you mean by panel? Lisa, do you see a panel? I want to talk her through this. There's a spot that says open panel. Do you see that, Lise? I'm looking at what she's saying on her Instagram to try to get her on here. You don't see open a panel. Do you know where that is? Open a panel? Like on the screen? Do you guys have like a, on the right-hand side of yours, is that where? She's asking where. Do you know where it is on the screen? If we had to do like north, south, east, west. By the live chat. By the live chat. On the right. On the right, by the live chat, there's a spot that says open panel. And now I think she's gone. Are you back? She's, we're doing so well today, guys. She is on YouTube. Yes, you are on YouTube, right? Are you on YouTube or Instagram? Because you have to go on YouTube. She's what, but she can see because she knew about this. So she's got to be here. On the right-hand side, mine says comments, but banners, media assets, because you guys don't have all that stuff. It takes a minute for the panel to open. She's about to ask me a question. She's on YouTube. Okay, look on the right-hand side by the live chat. A panel is there. I think she's on here. She's laughing. I don't know. I guess I could try to sign on to my own thing from another account. I don't know. See, I'm going through something called StreamYard. You guys are seeing it on YouTube, but I'm using a different program to get to YouTube so that I can live stream. She looks like she's going to ask another question. Ask her to Google for help. It's not showing your name. That's okay. Becky's here as Mark. You can just say who you are. It's okay. Maybe you need to log in somewhere. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca, I'm trying to explain how to start commenting. I have somebody who can't start commenting, and I'm trying to talk her through it. You're checking in briefly to say hello. Yes. Hello. I was late getting on here, and it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of people, but I want to show Lisa how she can chat. And I don't know what you guys are seeing because I'm using StreamYard to go through YouTube so that I can live stream. So Becky was saying that there's a spot that says open panel by the live chat on the right. You know what? I think if you say, I agree to a comment, you have to agree. You have to agree to something to comment. What is she going to agree to? Do you see the part where it says you have to agree? It should open as the live comes on. Yeah, what are you getting? Tell me what's open. It populates right away. So I might need to log in somewhere.
I'm just gonna get Valley.
Can you not can you get some in else so I could get some in? Thanks.
I'll order myself.
Close the door. I don't see anything that says I have to agree. You definitely have to be logged in. Are you logged in on your YouTube? She's never been able to figure out how to comment. She doesn't see anything that says she has to agree. What happens if you just try to type in the comment section? Doesn't matter if you're on your phone or your computer, but you have to be logged into, have a YouTube account. Do you have a YouTube account? Do you watch? Yes, she watches videos. You have to have a YouTube account and be logged in to comment. Maybe you need to log in on YouTube. You can watch and not be logged in. You have to log in. That's what it is. Okay, so who else is here? We've got Becky. We've got Lisa, who's trying to say hi. And Rebecca stopped by, and that's the three of us. I think what I'm going to do is put off our thing until Tuesday. But, oh, hey, Felice, you're here too. Okay, well, maybe we don't have to. If there are enough people here that would like me to go ahead, I am happy to do so. Yeah. Okay. Just finished cleaning up dinner. Fantastic. We're all running a little late. I might need to get a tissue real quick. Okay, so there's 5 of us now. That's like a whole party. Okay. Let me grab a tissue and I will start our little chat. In the meantime, could everyone type in their latest favorite thing that they have bought recently? And your latest favorite thing that's not new that you're using. So give us one new and one old. I'll be back in 1 second. Right? Okay, sorry. Okay. Hello, everybody. You'll be in and out. PML Mega Lip Pencil. Ooh. In red, by chance? She's in her red lip. What do you call that? Era? New Clé de Peau Radiant Skin Foundation. You have the perfect match. I might need to get that one. That's the one that has the SPF in it. The Sunlit Seduction Pat McGrath palette and the NARS Volume 3 palette. People are getting back into their palettes. I'm kind of digging it. PML Mega Lip Pencil. Is it mega like stay on long or mega like the size is mega? Old Chanel Water Fresh Blush. I had those. I want the one that you mix up. Yeah, I had those. Definitely don't have them anymore. I will say that my latest favorite thing is probably the Gloom palette, which I was not even expecting to even remotely like, but felt obligated because it's Natasha and I love her. But it's one of the prettiest little palettes. I love it. I just think the colors are so great. I'm going to grab it. I just think it's such a little cutie that you get a lot of bang for your buck in this thing. The mattes are beautiful. These greens. And then shimmers are very fun. And I mean, I don't know that you need to use all 5 of these at one time, but they're so pretty. She always, she kind of comes in, in a clutch time when you think that like nothing's coming, she'll launch a bronzer, a liquid bronzer. I'm just wondering, is she ever going to have a foundation again? I mean, I know that her concealer is heavy enough that if you take it and you combine it with like a face oil or even with, like an essence, you can mix this up and come up with a great little skin tint for yourself, because this stuff is quite powerful and very, very nice to use as like a whole face. You get really good coverage with this. I mean, if you've got something you want to hide, I highly recommend. And she's got a huge array of colors to choose from that are grouped in color families, like based on undertone. I think that's really nice. I think you can really do that. And anybody who hasn't already tried the Sarah Creel, this is my old favorite in a new bottle. Her moisture source now comes in a travel size. This is 1.1 fluid ounces, and this one's only $35. Her big one that's in my thing over there is like close to 100, but it's a biphase. And if you're going from thinnest to thickest, oh my gosh, my arthritis at nighttime, you guys, is so crazy bad. There we go. It's got a little pump on it instead of, the shake, but shake it up. And you've got kind of a watery essence and quenches the thirst really well. But you can combine something like this or a moisturizer to get your own skin tint. Okay. Let's see. Just make sure I've got all these. So we have the Pat McGrath Mega Lip Pencil, which I have not tried. The new Clé de Peau Radiant Skin Foundation. Okay. I'm definitely excited about that. The Sunlit Seduction Pat McGrath palette and the NARS Volume 3 palette. For Ole, we've got the Water Fresh Blush. I love the Water Fresh tint also so much. Pat for me to buy next. Oh, for Pat for you to buy next. Okay. I get it. I gotcha. Felice, wearing the moisture source. It's so good. Thanks for making you buy it. Well, good. It's a really nice drink of water without any like really heavy, clammy feeling that you can get like in this kind of heat. It's hot everywhere. Allison B, hello, popping in. Hi. Hello. All right, you guys. So after really quite a while here, we are finally going to get to this crazy topic that I've done this deep dive on. And I am going to refer to my notes quite a bit because I just want to make sure that I don't forget anything. And I will have some things downloaded that I can send to people, or I can put them on I'll figure something out that eventually these kinds of things will be on the website. People can just grab what they want. Allison said, I'm wearing the SC Moisture Source and the SC Concealer. Great combo. They are really good together. They're really good together. Okay, so we're living in some crazy times and not not going unnoticed over here. The first thing that I want to talk about before we start everything is we are that last group of people that will have had no technology and then phones. Like we're like the last ones that didn't have a phone like when we were growing up and didn't have like the internet is not, it wasn't like a thing. Because I can remember back in, when 9/11 happened, I had to keep calling my sister to find out what was going on because we couldn't get information from our classrooms because we didn't have TVs in there. Let me share my screen here. So I'm calling this dopamine beauty because right now we are living in a place that didn't always feel like this. We're going to take a little walk down memory lane tonight, and we are going to remember what it was like back when we first started getting interested in beauty and makeup. And I don't even think it was skincare back then. I just think it was makeup. We grew up in a time that we didn't get immediate gratification the way that things are right now, right? We remember something else. Beauty felt exciting back then, and it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't like a sport with teams and winners and, FOMO and all of that kind of stuff. We kind of discovered beauty in some ways. And I started thinking back, and I can remember laying in my bedroom with my sister, flipping through 17 magazine and Cosmo and Vogue, and just to see like what was going to be in style. And when that August one would come and it was like really thick and you were like, yes. And it had pages in it that would have the perfume inside, and you would open it up and you'd rub it on you to smell what the perfumes would smell like. We're in the moisture source and same. Oh, okay. I thought somebody was commenting. Sorry. This is a conversation, so feel free to speak up as we go along. If there's something that you remember and you can think of, we would love to hear your thoughts too. You took them to the beach to read. Took them to the beach to read. Well, you were reading on the beach today and you had the moisture source. Am I like missing something? Took them to the beach to read. Oh, the magazines. You would take them to the beach to read. I know. Hello, Lisa. Yes, in the past. We all have like these early memories. I can remember like the smell of like a Bonnie Bell, like the Dr. Pepper and the bubble gum and all those different flavors that they used to have. I used to have a rollerball lip potion that smelled like, I don't know, probably candy or something. Now I hate any lip products that are scented or have taste, but back then it was a big thing. We can remember what MAC lipsticks were like, the Spice liner. back when we just talked about this the other day, but when the multiple sticks first came out from NARS, I mean, that was like crazy that you could use one stick like on your whole face. Now we like put lipstick on our cheeks for blush, and you can put gloss on your eyes. I mean, makeup is makeup. You have to be making sure that things are eye safe, and obviously you're not going to eat something that would be bad for you, but I hope that we're not putting anything that horrible on us anyway. We would look at the magazines to see what the clothes were going to look like and what colors were going to be really popular, and to see what the different styles were. And I remember the other day somebody said that they remember their purchase with purchase. Was that, I think it was Felice that said that she remembered her Estee Lauder purchase with purchase. Was it you? Or am I totally off here? It wasn't even a gift with purchase back then. It was like, you're allowed to purchase this if you've made a purchase. So you would go to the makeup counter. You didn't know it was going to be there, right? You would get to the counter and the lady would help you. Yes, it was you, the Blockbuster. Yes, yes. And you would go there and you would find out what the makeup was, right? Like, oh, these are the new lipsticks, and oh, this is the new eyeshadow. And it would be like a whole collection that would come out by each brand, for the fall and the spring, summer. I don't even think that there was a spring, a summer, a winter, and a fall. I think it was fall, winter, spring, summer. Had to buy a fragrance for $45. That was a lot of money back then, right? We used to talk to the people who were there selling, and I can remember like a lot of them had jackets, that were from like the different brands. I remember the Clinique people were in one outfit, and you would go to them and they were the beauty gurus, right? They were the ones who knew about the collections, that could show you everything, and you'd play with the testers, and sometimes you would have to like figure out how much it was and then come back to the store later to buy it. Or maybe you'd get one thing and then you would say, okay, and like next month I'm going to pick up the eyeshadow palette. And there wasn't like this craziness. Clinique people were in lab coats. Yes, they were. I remember that. I can remember them all being very done up. I mean, they were in full glam. Blush, eyeshadow, lashes, the lipstick. There was no makeup back then. It was makeup, more makeup. But it was the world that we all knew, right? Magazines, we'd see things on TV, like if you were watching Charlie's Angels and she was wearing, a pink lip gloss, then maybe you would want a pink lip gloss. It was such a different time. And I don't know, there was something about it that didn't feel as rushed, and it didn't feel as crazy, and it didn't feel like a competitive sport. I mean, you go to the drugstore and they would have all kinds of things lining the walls, but I don't ever remember thinking I'm going to wait for the next thing to come. Things didn't change very often, and that was okay. There was not as much makeup, and there wasn't as much skincare, and we definitely didn't know the things that we know now. And I'm not sure which was better, then or now, but it is definitely different. There's been a cultural shift that's happened between when we started growing up and now. And obviously technology plays a huge, huge part of all that. But right now, everything that is put out, it's kind of like thrown out as like red meat, and they want a reaction. They want something to make a huge splash. It's designed to trigger us and make a quick decision, and it's not lasting. It's not something sustainable, because if you stay on one thing too long, the next thing's already coming your way. And it's this frenzy that we get into of products. And, you know, we live in a dopamine culture now. And walking down memory lane with you guys is like one of my favorite things that we do. What do you guys remember most? What are like some of your earliest memories that you have of beauty, of makeup, of skincare? What were the things that, like, I used to wear Love's Baby Soft, and Anais was one of the perfumes that I wore. What are some of the things that you remember? I remember those August magazines with my sister, and we would literally read them cover to cover over and over. I can remember Phoebe Cates being on the cover of 17 magazine. Does anybody else remember that? And she was a model. It was like before Fast Times. Anybody? Well, hop on in when you're ready. So there's a lot of feelings and a lot of, you know, I always joke around with people and say, I'm glad that we lived in a time when all the bad stuff that we did wasn't recorded, because we were not great. We were a little naughty. And nowadays, kids have to be so aware that they can be filmed all the time for anything. You loved Elizabeth Arden. Anyway, I gotta move this over. Okay. You loved Elizabeth Arden yellow coral lipstick. It was so great with just your summer tan. Okay, so let's talk about the summer tan. We would put on our Hawaiian Tropic oil or baby oil with iodine, right? Did anybody take their record album and cover like a record album cover with tinfoil to when they sat out? And we would sit on those like plastic chairs, and your tush would like have like all the marks on it when you would get up. Very funny stuff. I put a whole bottle of Super Sun in my hair once, and my hair turned orange, and my mom let me sit with that a lot longer than she should have, so that I could like learn my lesson and not do anything like that again. She was not happy. I think right after that was when I started doing those caps. Like, you would color your hair, like you would pull pieces of hair out through like a plastic cap and then put the stuff all over it and wash it out, and you had bleached hair. You were bad with the salt ocean water, tanned me up, no sunscreen. Oh yeah. Bain de Soleil for the Saint-Tropez tan. Absolutely. And now there's a sunscreen that is exactly like that, made by the company Vacation Inc. And they have their orange gelée formula, and it smells the same, but it's got SPF in it, which is good. So the goal now is not to build trust with all of us. It is not long-term joy that they're looking for. It's one click, one buy, and move on. And attention is the currency, and beauty got really caught up in that, didn't it? SPF 4. I used to think that was like, there was like copper tone number 8. And I was like, oh, I don't want to have, I want to get a tan. And I remember it taking longer to get a tan. Do you guys remember this? Like, you would have to sit out like more than one day to get a tan. Now I'm like outside without sunscreen on and I'm sunburned in like 2 seconds. It's true. So there's, you know, you're from Miami, you were born tan. You were. I know we all were. Like, wasn't it just the best? I mean, it really just was so like, ignorance is bliss. I don't know. We're paying for it now though, like all the hyperpigmentation and all the like lines and stuff. I just blame it on how much sun I got. I really do. I think that nowadays kids are learning and they have to, and the sun is so different now. I feel like it's so much, you get burnt so much faster than we used to. I do. So back then we had the seasons, we had the styles, we had the surprises, right? But today feels very different than that. And I was, hold on one second. Okay, sorry. I'm having like such a something. There's going to be no tech problems today, by the way. None. So we had this cultural shift going on, and I was online the other day, and this article came out on Business of Fashion. It says, how dopamine culture rewired the fashion industry. And basically, it started out with designers, and then it would go to the slow culture was couture, obviously. People were having their oh, did I like, hold on. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so the designers, they would have the couture was the slow, fast fashion back then. That was the image makers. And now it's the provocateurs. Like there's the people who, you know, really put it on. The collections went from seasonal to capsule to a drop now. The shows went from trade events to media moments to viral moments. They're all looking to just go viral and have that 1 second. The criticism went from the newspapers to like style.com to everybody having their own little hot take. Everybody's an expert online. For marketing, they were selling clothes. In fast fashion, they were trying to sell an image. And now it's entertain me, get my interest. The trends back then were so different. It would be like a whole movement, and a trend would be decided by, like, Pantone would have the colors, and then there was another group and they would decide what the fashions would be. And it went from a movement to a style to core. And I know like Rebecca always talks about like ballerina core, tomato core. Like they come up with these core things that are like in and out so fast on TikTok. It's like there isn't even it's not even a trend anymore. It's like a week or a day, or you're way behind, mom, you know, that kind of stuff. And shopping was different. You would browse at a store. Then we started to search, some things on websites. And now it's like the constant doom scrolling, right? Getting in your mode of what you like to see and it being fed to us so that we're constantly clicking. I remember seeing a show where one of the people had been on the board with Amazon, and she was one of the people that helped all the programming. And she said that the one job that she had was to make it as easy as possible to make it like one-click buying. Like, you don't even have to check out, one-click buying. Hi, Heather. I was born with white hair, but your dad did, son. And when I was young and turned his hair orange, your dad did it? Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is so funny. I bet he looked so like, I bet it's a memory that you will have forever, right? Okay. Sorry, guys. So now a lot of us feel like we're not getting the attention anymore. Everything is being marketed to Gen Z, I would guess now. Like, I don't even know. The millennials are not really being marketed to in the same way. And all of a sudden, things have gone a totally different direction. Like, we were laughing, I know, on one of the days that we were watching that, like, no young people like eyeshadow anymore. So that's out. Like, they'd have ballerina core and they would have tomato girl core. And there were these trends that would just fluctuate so much with the young people, those young people. My sister sent me a funny thing today that's in my stories. And there's a comedian talking about how when you hit your 50s, you're like a freshman in like the old people class. And you should have to like take classes. You got to watch it. It's very funny. So we're kind of ignored, even though we have one of the biggest budgets of any of the shoppers that are out there. And back then, you would get a seasonal drop, you would get a full collection, it would be artist driven, it would be something buildable and wearable, and then you would connect at a beauty counter, right? Or at the drugstore on the wall. And now all of this has come over to the beauty side. So back then we had slow beauty. We would have seasonal drops and a full cohesive collection. It would be artist driven, buildable, wearable, counter connected, brand heritage artistry. They're like Felice was saying, like, you would look forward to certain collections and you would look forward to getting that holiday purchase with purchase. The print editors were deciding everything. And Rebecca just did a really cool video about who gets PR. And she kind of gave me the 411 on how it used to be when she was an actual editor in a magazine. She said the amount of product that they would get at their offices was astounding. There was so much, and they had to go through all of it and decide which of the things they would talk about and review in the magazine. And it would be lucky for that business to get mentioned. Now it's totally the other way around. When you read a magazine and there are editors, they're being paid to talk about these certain brands. So there's been like a whole kind of turnover of what happened before and what happens now. But there was a love of beauty and things were intended, and there was editorial beauty, and you'd see like the crazy makeup, but it was still like fun to look at, and it was wild. Now they were planned launches, there would be restocks, there wasn't like a huge hurry. Maybe during the holidays to get your gift with purchase, I would imagine. But other than that, I mean, you would go try something on, wait to have enough money, go back and get it. When fast beauty started, it was, the beginning of like the YouTube era. And there were monthly launches, maybe. Trends would come in capsule collections. It was, there was a trend for, doing liquid liner, and everybody would come out with a liquid liner. Or there was a trend where, you would do your cut crease. And so you would see these trends where they would be coming out with these big palettes from Morphe, and they were eye-catching, edited down. You'd have online tutorials. Speed was more or less timed by the actual releases when they were coming out. And you'd be curious, you'd want to learn something, you'd be following certain YouTubers, you'd be waiting for some reviews. They would give you their impression of something. They would test things out for us, show us the swatches. We all wanted so much pigment back then. And they would restock things. And I can remember for the first time, there were certain palettes that you would have to race to order. And that whole idea of the drop time, we're launching at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you'd have to like sit there and get on the computer or you weren't going to get something. And that really revved up. I don't know if you guys remember the first things that had started to sell out, but I remember there was a palette that was released, and purposely they would not have enough to make it sell out. What we know now is how long it really takes for them to go tell their factory, source the materials, and really to put it back in. It takes, even now, like well over 6 weeks. And when things would restock, like, when they're playing these games with us on Sephora or on, different department store websites. Oh, there's a restock. Oh, it's back on again. Oh, it's only in this store. And they're even taking it further with us now. And they're just doing it because it's a global thing. Certain countries were getting certain things. I feel like the dopamine beauty right now is a daily drop. You're looking every day to see what's in my email today. What are they coming out with today? Who can I watch today to see the new product? They're these one-off SKUs. It's not a collection anymore. It's one SKU. The eyeshadow, the blush, the moisturizer. It's one thing. And the big companies like LVMH that own Sephora, they determine with people what things they should be bringing in and what kind of dates they're looking at, and they have to time it with their sales and their calendar and all of the brands that they have, and they really take control of like a lot of this now. Everything is got to be dramatic and good on social media. The names of cosmetics now are getting so long because people want to be hit by the search engines when people go to look up something. And so we're getting these gigantically long names so that you'll hit on their product. Everything is a hook. Everything is a click. Everything is about what's next. TikTok, don't even get me started. Like, I can't have a relationship with somebody who's throwing something in my face really, really fast. At minimum, I'll be like, oh, wow, was that like a blush or something? Maybe I should go on YouTube and type that in and see who's like looking at it. Heather said, did you see the Byredo palette that's dropping soon? I saw it today. I wish they would cut it in half and do a 9-pan of a cool side. It's a lot of golds and red, which I don't care for. Well, it's funny because the person who put it out is Lucia Pina, and she always has red. The reds that you used to see like at Guerlain and stuff, that was her. There were so many red palettes that came from Tom Ford. There's a lot of red. So this is all golds. It's really warm looking. I couldn't tell in the pictures if it was going to be super warm or super cold, but it definitely has a metallic side to it. The Dior Quints were so beautiful in the 80s. They beamed with shine and pigment. I mean, to even think back then about owning a Dior palette was like next level. It was like if your mom bought it and you got to borrow it from her. Now kids are going into Sephora and they're buying like Drunk Elephant and all these fancy brands and stuff. It's very different now. They target us with FOMO. They want us to feel like we're missing out. They want us to feel the sense of urgency to buy things immediately before they go away, before they sell out because it's limited edition, until it sells really well. And then they decide, oh, we've decided to make this permanent now because there's so many people who like it. It's a game. And you feel the effects of the playing now more than you used to. No doubt about it. These restocks and the buy now, think later. Even the people, somebody pointed this out to me the other day. I can't tell you how many people say, oh, just buy it. You can always return it. Like the people that are helping you. Go home and try it. If you don't like it, bring it back. And there's a lot to the bring it back. First of all, you got to bring it back within a certain amount of time now, which is getting smaller. We in the United States have a lot of different rules than they have at the EU, and in abroad they can't return things. FOMO selling. They're selling FOMO. You want to be part of the in thing on the doom scroll for that day or that week. And we're not being guided anymore by trusted people. We're reacting to hype and to scarcity and algorithms. They design these algorithms so that, God forbid, you click on something just to see what it is. You're going to be fed that into your algorithm forever. It's just like it won't go away. And I always laugh and talk about my Lola blankets. I'm sure you've all seen the ads for Lola blankets. My Instagram feed was Lola Blanket City until I started buying Lola blankets. And I love them, by the way. We have so many of them. But it's just funny. Like if you type something in, like if somebody says to you, what's the name of that supplement that you can take when you have a migraine? And, you'll put it in, and for the next 2 months, you've got vitamin ads coming at you. I mean, tell me that you're at least, you don't even have to type it in. If you talk about something, how weird is it that it suddenly shows up on your phone? Does that happen to anybody else? Because it definitely happens to me. I will say something out loud, and the next thing I know, it's in my phone. So there's got to be something to that. I really think so. Yes, exactly. I mean, you just talk about something. Like I'll say to, like, I don't even know, like I'll talk about something super random, like some, island that I saw online, and then suddenly they're offering me vacations there. It's weird. Sephora plays games during sales. Funny how it's out of stock, but the minute it goes off sale, it's back in stock again. You are so right. And the other thing that Rebecca always talks about is there's always some kind of technical difficulty that happens at Sephora when it's the sale time. And they, the site goes down or whatever happens, and the people who share makeup all year make a substantial amount of their money on these clicks that people have to make to go through their site, to go through them to get to the site, I should say, so that you can get credit for that small percentage that you get on that sale. And if there's like one thing that I can say to everybody is, it costs us nothing to buy through somebody's link, but to not go on somebody's link means that everybody misses out except the big company, and they don't need it. And it's such a small percentage. It's such an easy thing for us to do. You have people that you follow, and if they share something with you that you like and you decide to buy it, use their link. It really helps. And even somebody like me who's got a small channel, in order for me to even qualify to get PR, I have to show that I can have the people who are coming to me buy things. It's the way of the world. Charlotte Holcroft did a video today that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but it was, why do we hate watching our YouTubers get rich or something like that? I got to watch it. A car. Oh, I mean, it could be anything, right? It could be anything. Like the new limited Hermes quad. Pretty, but again, why gold with that color story? Should have put a silver or a pearl shade in with it and not gold. And do you guys remember on April Fool's Day, Tarte put out an ad one year that had all these blue shades, and nobody thought that it was an April Fool's thing. Everybody thought, my God, they finally have stepped out of their comfort zone and they're going to give us color. And like all these indie brands like made the palettes for us. And they actually, I think, came out with it finally one year. I have so much Tom Ford gold highlighter. How about Pat McGrath? Could she do more pink and gold? Maybe she could do a pink and a gold with her pink and her gold. It's definitely a warm-toned world out there, for sure. So for us, it feels different than it does to everybody else because our lived experience was so much different than the kids are today. So what changed? We live in a dopamine culture now. These phones, you guys, there was a picture, and I don't know if you guys saw it. I'm going to try to post it again, where they showed all of these people. They had two people like married to each other, like laying in bed, both of them turned the other way on their phones. But what they did was they took the phones out. And so it just shows all these people doing all these things. They're like at a barbecue like this, at a party like this. Everybody's in their phone. Everybody's in their phone like all the time. And we're living for this hit after hit after hit culture. And we've shifted from slow to fast to just like they're yelling at you because the first 3 seconds are supposed to grab your attention on TikTok so you don't keep scrolling. And it takes something even crazier to get your attention. And it's like, where does it end? You know, like, how far does this go? What's going to change this? Do they want it to change? Are we like the old people now, like I said? But our memories do give us some power. And even though we can't make changes across the beauty industry, we can make them for ourselves. The way that beauty dopamine works is that they feel like they have to keep supplying you with hit after hit. Girl, I swear AI is tracking our thoughts. I'll think of it and it shows up on the phone. I know, it's so weird, isn't it? Alexa, I feel like, started that whole thing. A lot of older people, I think it takes advantage of them because they use Alexa for a lot of stuff. It is so funny that we wait for our kids to give us their old Apple phones, which are still like new, because they have to get a new one. I know. And it is kind of breathtaking. It takes your breath away. So do we want to play these games? Like, I really don't. I kind of resent it. I kind of resent the games and the playing and the insane time schedule that they put people on. And for me, I like how it used to feel more than I like how it feels now. I feel much emptier than I used to. Ulta, my birthday month, extra points, and I couldn't have even made an order online to pick up because of technical difficulties. Oh, you should watch Rebecca's video today. She's got a lot to say about Ulta and how much they hate her. So our lived experiences matter. They have shaped who we are, right? And we don't need the viral stuff to fall in love with beauty. It is so much more fun to go into a store. Even if you already know what's going to be there, it's fun to go with somebody else and show them things. Like, I had such a good time meeting up with Felice, and we were both showing each other things. I mean, she got me hooked on the double liquid lipstick with the gloss from Chanel. I forget what it's called, Tenue something. Those things that make beauty a social thing, that make it something that we can share together, I think it's so much better. So I have to ask you guys, the generation is the 40 and up experience. It's that's where we are right now. Like, we're in it. We're in the zone. Do you feel like ads are for you? So much fun shopping with you, Michelle. I know, I like going shopping. I do. It's an activity, except right now let's pretend like you want to go buy a dress. And maybe you look online a little bit and you find a dress and you see, okay, it's on Nordstrom. I'm going to go over to my Nordstrom and try it on. Except you get to your Nordstrom and they have one, but they can order it for you. So they're not even stocking the stores now with merchandise that you can actually try on and bring home. It's kind of crazy. I finally consented. I know what enhances my look and will not buy as many releases that look meh on me. I'm the 60 and up generation. Felice, I'm right behind you. You know that. I gotcha. You look better than me, so it's fine. So we're not just buying, we're thinking. And I have to tell you, I feel like COVID slowed things down a bit. It changed things. I think the insanity of the beauty world, at least for us. Lisa said, I am too. I am too. Okay, she's in it. I order all my clothes to try on at home and return at the store. Yep. The other thing that I do, I learned this from somebody else. So when my son would need shoes and he would hate going shoe shopping, I would go online and order a bunch of shoes and he would try them all on and then I would take the rest of them back. I mean, there's definitely some good things. I think we're a little bit too dependent on Amazon, but I'll tell you, it was really nice to be able to order things, when you don't feel good or if you really do need something. It's a nice safety net, but it sure has made, the richest man, right? The second richest. Michelle, you look fab, just as gorgeous in person. You can tell I'm all glamour all the time. Thank you, though. I usually support small channels, the people with tons of subs and tons of makeup, skincare, and accessories in their description or shop YouTube. They got money, live in LA in huge houses, and drive a $100,000 car. That's, I think, what Charlotte did her video on today. Zappos. That's what I did. Zappos was great when the kids were little. That's what I did. And I used to time it so that I wouldn't make my husband angry. And I'd be like, okay, the credit card just came in. If I order these now, they'll be back and returned by the time the credit card statement is again. And then I won't be in trouble for ordering so many shoes for him. Like, that's how I used to think. They trigger me for some reason. Why support them? They don't need it like the smaller channels and down-to-earth people. Well, it's like with anything else. We all vote with our dollars, right? I just voted with my dollars on something that I'm not going to get into specifics about, but there's an item that I purchased that I really liked, and I liked it enough that I shared it and found out that this person is taking to politics in a way that is not something that I can get behind. Many of you probably follow Kate, who always drinks. She has a cocktail. She's so nice. I can't think of her name right now. Something Kate. Rebecca and I chatted about it in the comments. Hello. Hi, Maria. How are you? Did you get your new little friends on Kate the Great Beauty? Yeah, she does only pro-choice brands. Maria in the house. Good to see you, Maria. How are things in the winter over there? Is it starting to get nicer? I saw that you posted that you went to go. I don't know remember if they're called sheep or lambs or what the two sheep. Charlie and Gerald, some Grosvenor sheep are coming this week. You got them, you guys. They are so cute. You have to go and look on her Instagram page. They are like, they don't even look real. They look like if you ordered a stuffed animal, you'd want it to look like that. You got two of them. That's so exciting. So Maria, what are sheep? Nuts. Can't wait to meet the sheep. It is exciting. See, this is why I like experiences better than presents. I like doing something and making a memory more than I like buying something for somebody. It's just, I don't know. It's just like one of those things. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like you'd much rather like do the vacation thing or take, go to, a weekend out of town or something. They like pellets, but they're called sheep nuts. Oh, they really are called sheep nuts? That's really funny. Oh, they're going to be so cute. They're going to be so, so cute. My husband is dying for us to have a donkey someday. He thinks that they're like the smartest, most incredible, loving animals, and he wants one so badly. He makes me watch every video, like on YouTube. His videos are like all like the dodo, and he just loves animals so much. I think big picture here is that the beauty community is not going to give us nostalgia. We're going to have to give it to ourselves. The Valet girls are purebred and we're buku bucks, but so much more joy than a luxury handbag. I mean, seriously, so much, so much. Balis. What's Balis? Am I saying it wrong? Oh, ballet sheep. Okay. Okay. I thought I was like not saying it right. I think once COVID hit and we all got into our skincare and stuff, and then we got back to life again, kind of socially distanced, and I remember like all the testers were still covered up, so it didn't even make sense to go into the stores. Sephora wouldn't let you try anything on, or Ulta wouldn't. I can't remember who. It was weird. It was like that weird time. And then they just came hard. And I swear, I think that it got crazier with the algorithms. They fine-tune them more. They are like in your business, every single place that you can have somebody get into your business, they're in your business. How do we feel about that? I mean, is it worth the convenience of today to give up some of like the calm and mystery? Love that attitude, Maria. Of course they're better than a luxury bag. 100%. I would take 1,000 dogs. I would literally have 15 golden retrievers if I could. I would just be like, hey guys, let's go. I would love it. So I guess my question is do we have to play by these rules, and can we get around this, and how do we control what's coming our way? And my answer is that we need to think about how we think about beauty. Gotta go see Charlie and Gerald soon. They'll be expecting their sheep nuts. Take some photos. We want to see. Not. Becky's waving. So we have to really think about what we're buying. And we have to think about, I think all of us have said this in more ways than one since we started talking, is that we want less and better. We want better quality and not as much of it. We all have these huge collections, right? I don't watch her. I have, but I'm not really her. She always has a drink. I don't know. That doesn't seem healthy. I think sometimes she drinks like kombucha or whatever, doesn't she? Or is it always a cocktail? Listen, I'm not telling anybody else what to do. You can be laughing all day about the nuts, the sheep nuts. I think that should be like our new buzzword. Maybe we'll make a cocktail called sheep nuts. Oh, it's so funny. I would love to live on a farm for like a week. I didn't say hello to Heather, Felice, and Becky. Rude. Say hello. Do I have everybody's comments? Okay. So I think that long form content still matters. I think that those of us of a certain age need the relationship and trust to take somebody's word. Like, I'm not going to just randomly go on TikTok and see one person put on an eyeshadow that I don't even know and be like, I'm sold. Put me in that TikTok shot. I'm going to go like this and I'm going to find Maria's video and I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to see what she has to say about it. And then I'm going to go watch my skin twin, whoever that is. And I'm going to go see how it looks on them. Like, I feel like we're doing a little more due diligence than we were. I feel like sometimes it is like, I don't know what was going on with Chanel like last year, but it was like every 5 minutes there was another release. It's like Dior right now. How about that? Dior releases all this stuff and then they send out a message to everybody saying, hey, you get to go shop because you've shopped here before. Go get it. And we all think it's going to be the new blush that we're waiting for, the liquid filter blush. And it's not. And instead it's some palettes. It was the weirdest thing. I think long form still matters as well. It better be, because I don't do any TikTok content. Neither do I. The only reason why I will go on TikTok, and this is so sad and so true, the people who make the makeup are putting all, I would say 90% of their advertising dollars are going into TikTok people, TikTok influencers, and they get the product way before those of us who are on YouTube would get the product. And it's not everybody all the time, but the majority. And if you want to see something new, you might have to go on TikTok to see it, because nobody's posted about it yet on YouTube because they didn't send it to those people, or maybe on YouTube, maybe people like to test the makeup out before they actually get on and talk about it, which is something, I love a good get ready with me. It's my favorite. Sometimes the first impression videos are not everything that you think they're going to be. For instance, the bronzer that we've all been dying over has hard panned for a lot of people, and I have hit pan on it, and I'm not the only one. So things happen, like I love that people come back at the end of a month and they talk about, this is what happened. Yes, there are wear tests and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes it takes a little time to kind of decide, like, oh, especially with skincare, you're going to need a little time and not the rush. I have a mini zoo across the street from me, and I always hear the sheep and goats through the woods. At first, I was like, why can I hear bah? And I was walking the dog and figured it out. Oh my God, that's so funny. My husband and I stayed at a place in Key West one night, I should say. And literally at the crack of dawn, all we could hear were roosters. And we're like, where are we? Like, what's going on? And it was so loud. It was like right outside our door. It's crazy. I don't know if I could live on like a real farm. I'm admiring Maria from a distance. Here, not here. Felice said, the only reason I go to TikTok is to see what your 15-year-old is doing. So true. And my child doesn't even, my kid is older than caring about social media, because his generation's like, they're on their Discord things and they're doing their own thing. They don't need this run of the mill stuff that we're doing. I was telling my husband if I won the lottery, I would get a huge place and adopt all the dogs and open a sanctuary for them. I would do probably the same thing. My husband and I are talking about fostering dogs now. I'm like excited about it. Today, in fact, I had a dog conversation. I want another one too. Felice, I have a TikTok account. There are some videos of Margot, but that's about it. Maybe the valets will make an appearance. Margot. I was just going to say something. TikTok and short form content. So there's a new editing software that I'm using because Final Cut Pro was like doing me in. So I'm trying this new thing called Descript. And when you're editing your videos, one of them that I've filmed right so far, I am going to be filming this week. You edit them like you edit a document, and you can like move stuff around, and you can even do like when you mess up a word, it'll let AI make the word for you. But the best thing is there's another piece of software that you can load it into, and it will make for you your most viral leaning short form content. Like it'll give you 3 videos or something, and you can just upload them without even thinking about it, and they're gone. That's the only way that I'm going to be on TikTok. My son made a TikTok today in a new car, 300,000 views so far. Crazy. 300,000 views. Can he just tell like 400 of those people to go on my Instagram so that I could go live again? Because they just took it away from people that have less than 1,000 subscribers or less than 1,000 people following them. That's great, Felice. Send us a link. We want to see it. Heather says, I have I have, is that 3? I can't even see what that is. I'm sorry. My thing is so long. I have dogs, raccoon, Cameron, snakes, turtles, fish. You have a zoo going on. I love animals. I really do. You guys can tell by my content, I'm like such a dog person. So how many of you guys feel like you're entirely looking for animals instead of makeup? No. If when you do buy makeup and skincare and stuff, are you looking to get more, or do you want it to be better, better? Because I know where I stand on that one now. I think there was a period of time where people felt like they needed as much makeup as the people who are evaluating makeup for a job. He's so good, makes a car content. My neighbors pay him to make reels for them. Okay, I will hire him. I will. I'll hire him. Better. Better. Better is better. So, of all the things that we've kind of lost, I really wanted to put a positive spin on this because you can really start to like get into like this nostalgia. The times are changing and things were so much better back then. And there's so much that we can do. So I made all these RE words. I'm such a, just humor me. I'm a teacher and this is my thing. I like to come up, I like to use the things that I use to remember things. So the first one is reclaim. I think we can take control of our own beauty journey and make a definition that is yours and not the algorithms. I think that that is something that you can do as a grown-up. You can reframe things. You can shift your perspective, see the products and the routines and choices through new empowered lens. You can rediscover things. Like that is what I'm hoping to really show you guys is like how I am now bringing things out, not because it's a project pan or I'm feeling guilty, but because, wow, this bronzer hasn't been out because it was from last year and it's still great, but you know, it's not new. And so you have to like force yourself to kind of take things out and look at them again. So you rediscover and reconnect with what you used to love. Everything that we've bought because we wanted it, right? So there must be feelings with that. And we have to reconnect and build the beauty back with the connection to you and your story and what you want and not what's out that week. We can rebuild and create new routines and rituals that are better than the ones that we have right now. We can reevaluate, like the thing that hard panned for me. I got to reevaluate it. Is it still serving me? I don't think so. You can do your research. Sometimes we like to do that, you know, especially like with a Dior eyeshadow. I tend to like hang back because I know that the pigment can be non-existent. I find it so difficult when someone asks me, what is your favorite bronzer, foundation, etc., because you have so many gorgeous things in your collection. Yeah. I mean, and we all do, right? But if somebody puts you on the spot to like pick a favorite, it's like, well, what are you looking for? Like you have to like ask a whole bunch of questions because we all have such big collections and so many things, and it does get overwhelming. I can't foster. I can't give them up. I get attached to everything, even other people's animals. I even broke in a house to save dogs that were left when people move. We were actually talking about adopting some senior dogs to give them like a good end of life experience. That's what we were thinking. We can do our research. We can reflect on what we buy. There's definitely things where I'm like, I am never buying another blingy gold highlighter, or I'm never buying, an eyeshadow palette that's only warm tones, or whatever it is. Like, we learn and we can use that information and say, yeah, okay, so let's see how many green eyeshadow palettes just came out. We had Charlotte. We had a YSL. There was a Tom Ford Olive Smoke. There was the Charlotte Tilbury 9-pan. There was, what am I missing here? Like 100 different green eyeshadow palettes. Have you heard from Amit? Yes. The Amit update is that she is taking a social media break because it's giving her anxiety, and her lawyer is working on it, and she's hoping for the best. But her website has gotten a lot of people signed up on it. There's a reel on my Instagram page that tells people exactly how to get on her website. If you guys want to share that with people, she would love it. She really would. Heather. My husband is a creator now. Facebook monetized him and they sent him $74 this month. You should see on when you have affiliate links, it tells you how much money that you've made, like, ever and this week and whatever. When I tell you that, like, I can't even tell my husband that it exists because I have made so little money that it's like a joke. Like, you could buy a couple Tom Ford palettes and you would be like over. It's just funny. I watch a lot of animal shorts, the funny ones. It's so funny. People have, like, they're on their algorithm. Like, my husband will click on my link on the TV and I'll be like, stop, I don't want all your stuff on my my algorithm is perfect right now. It's giving me all the shows that I'm looking for, all the things that I like watching. Don't put anything on there. It'll be so weird. We get mad at him. My son and I both do. I watch a lot of animal shorts. Yeah, it's funny, like, stuff with sports, like that'll be on mine. I'll get into like a movie, or I'll be traveling somewhere and that'll be on there. Or I'll be on like this, I just really want to like see, Bora Bora someday. And so I'll go on Bora Bora and I'll get Bora Bora in my algorithm for a while. It's usually golden retrievers, makeup, and Colorado because my son is there. It's just kind of random. Anyway, I think that we have to push back a little bit on the things that we don't like. And we can do that by voting with our dollars, spending it where we want to and not where they would like us to necessarily. Refocus, center yourself on animals. Everybody here will just have tons of animals instead of makeup, and we'll all live happily ever after, right? I just want us to not feel like we aren't important. And that can happen. Like when you get to like that middle age, it's like I was watching Jenny Patinkin. She's a Chicago-based makeup artist, so I always follow her. And she's got a company with really wonderful like vegan brushes and all kinds of things. And she's a great makeup artist, and she posts a ton of animal content. And where am I going with this story? What was I just going to say? What did she post? Oh, I can't remember. I can't. Oh, this is like such like the late at night, like short fuse. I don't know. Like, what was I thinking? What did she say? What did she do? Where was I going with this? Oh, sure. She has great content. I know. She has a dog that she loves, and so I'm super into that. But she posted something. If I look at her feed, I'll remember. Oh my gosh, you guys, see? Golden Retriever puppies. That's my whole algorithm. Let me go back. Humid Girl Summer. Now I can't remember what it was that she posted, but it was something about like every day you get to vote with your dollars and you get to decide what you're going to push back on and decide what matters to you. And we are not old. Oh, it was about her dressing sexy. She put something in about wearing something low cut. Did you guys see that? And how did we feel about, what do you think about a person our age doing that? And there were so many different answers and so many different things that people said. And she kept posting all of them. And honestly, I'm like, are we just like not allowed to be hot anymore? Because I'm not ready to like at least not try. I want to try. Is the Chantecaille concealer worth trying? The sale's going on and I wanted to try it, but it's so hard to find a shade. I don't have their concealer. Maria, anybody? Felice? I love the new foundation though. She did something about wearing shorts. She didn't wear shorts for 10 years. Really? She did something about wearing something low cut this week. And that was like a big thing. If people were saying, one of the people said you shouldn't be out tempting men like that or some crazy thing. And she was like, whoa. And she was posting about that. But most of the people were like, wear what you want. Don't let anybody tell you what you should be wearing. You get to decide that. That's not like a group think. That's like you have to feel good about yourself. And if you do, wear what you want. If I like wearing, I don't know, lip liner all the way around my face, I should be able to do that, right? And just because it's a trend doesn't mean that you have to contour you get to make your own decisions. We're grown-ups and we've earned the right. I think that we have. So what I want to do when everything is up and running is give us a place for this. For this whenever you want it. For whenever you want to go and talk to people, there will be a chat area. And you can get feedback and you can find out about the concealer. Because I just used up my Chantecaille this week. It reminds me of YSL Touche Clot. What's the coverage like? Is it like a medium coverage? I have to say, like, of all the concealers that I have right now, I think the Victoria Beckham is my favorite. But if I have major covering up to do, I'm either Natasha, and I still like the Givenchy and the Prisma Libre. I think this is a great concealer. And I like their color corrector too. Light coverage. There's a whole group of people that think that concealers should be full coverage because they're supposed to conceal. But I like my coverage to match what I'm wearing on my face. And I usually don't, I really don't go over like a medium. And I'm starting to think that less makeup is better. The other thing that like I really am enjoying are these pencils that Lisa Eldridge came out with. I feel like I can really go in and like, I probably could have done it for this, but I didn't put any makeup on for this. I could go and get rid of, you know, little spots and, you know, conceal like just where I need it. I really think that there's something to be said for that patchwork approach that Lisa Eldridge talks about, where you're putting, you know, this kind of coverage here and this kind of coverage here. Like, does your whole face need makeup? Probably not. Probably not. Oh my God, I've been watching online dating horror stories. Crazy. I would never, I'd rather stay single, but now your algorithm is full of them. I'm sure you get punished if you look anything up. Like, don't click on anything because you'll get it. You'll have to have it on your feed forever. Chantecaille concealer, light coverage. I like light coverage. Is it lighter than the Victoria Beckham? There's Molly. Hey, Michelle. Just got home from Duluth and the storms again. Watch on the replay, but you're here. Oh, Molly was at a gigantic family reunion in Minnesota, and her two dogs. Did you find babysitters? She was a little worried that they weren't going to be able to stay because her puppy is a little rambunctious. We've been talking a lot about our animals today. Maria got 2 new sheep coming. We all love dogs, and we think that dogs are better than makeup. That's pretty much where we're at right now. That, and none of us really care for TikTok. So many folks said that Lisa Eldridge Spot Concealer is the first of its kind. I have a Sisley concealer stick that says otherwise. I don't think she's the first one to do it, but I do think that if you go back in her videos, she has been talking about this approach for a very long time. When people were doing full coverage, full face and makeup, she was doing it where it was needed. And I think that's where like I don't think that she invented this, but I think that she has been doing it for a very long time. Huge. No, your dogs came and had toddler weekend for sure. It's like when you have a puppy, it is like having like 4 toddlers. I can't believe you had storms again. The other thing that I was so surprised is that, off topic, what shade of Chantecaille foundation do I wear? You might pick it up. Oh, that's the Suku, sorry. Aura. It was you might be one darker than me if you have a lot of color this summer. There's another pink one that's a little bit deeper. but I like Aura. Yes, Lisa Aldridge said that many content creators went on saying it's the first of its kind. Really? Maybe it was the first time they had ever seen it. I don't know. But I'm glad that I'm starting to realize that you can look better with less, because there's something like if I tried to put a full face of like full coverage foundation on, I would just look old and wrinkled and shrivelly. And if I were less makeup, or should I just say less like foundation makeup, that's why I like skincare. Like I'm going to go do like my little massage and all my stuff. There's just like, there's no substitute for it. And I started using my zip again, and I'm feeling very zippy. I love my zip. I do. And my red light therapy thing came, and so I'm going to introduce that this week too and get you guys a code if people want it. What I want to say is that you guys are all experts, and you're definitely the experts of so much more than makeup. And what I value the most that we all have here is the camaraderie and the friendship and the care, and the social part of all of this is really fun. And I love it. You're moving away from full coverage and matte foundations. Yep. VB is my favorite. I need to reorder because I'm on backup and don't know when it's going to run out. And I'm a less is more type of girl. I am too, but I will say, like, there's something to be said for containers that let you know when you're running out. You know, like if you can't shake it and you can't feel it and you can't see it, it's almost like you have to have a backup, because what if? You know, what if? I don't know. And like, I'll go on vacation. I'll be like, I'll just bring the new one with me because I don't want to run out of it while I'm on vacation. And then I come home and I've got 2 sets of everything that I have to get through. I'm cuckoo like that. So this is our space, you guys, and we are in this together, and I'm so glad. And I think that it's really nice that we all have each other. I really do. Sarah Creel's your favorite. Where is a foundation on some areas? I know we were talking about that. And Molly, she came out with the small, what did I do with it? She came out with the small moisture source for $35 here. The little size came, and she's a little cutie and nice for travel because that thing weighs a ton. I really need to declutter foundations, but it's so hard to toss all that money in the bin. I am telling you, I keep things much longer than I should. But it's hard. Like, you know, when you're paying the kind of money that we're paying for this stuff, it's painful to get rid of some of it. I used to love YSL concealer. It was my first concealer you ever bought, but it's been so long I thought about trying it again since they expanded the shade range. I don't know if they reformulated. I'm just going to go on record as saying that the most improved brand of the year for me is YSL. And I don't mean like just this year. I mean like in what they have done with that line, revamping it, is pretty amazing. I think it's one of the best eyeshadow formulas out there. I mean, beautiful, beautiful selections. And now that like we're more into like the quads, it gives you like enough variety. Molly, did you wear the new green one yet? Or no makeup this weekend? Oh, do you guys want me to show you the picture of the Byredo since we were talking about it? Or have we all seen it already? Give me a yes if you want to see it. I'll pull it up. The Touche Eclat was like the first, it was like the first one like this with the little brush. The only thing is I feel like I always have to clean it off. I really like the Kosas Pink Brightener with the concealer. Yes, you wore the green YSL and you're in love. It's a really good formula. It's a beautiful palette. I like their concealer. I have not tried their pink brightener. I do have one that I'm not wild about, the Cali Ray. It's very, I don't know what the word is. It separates weird. It gets clumpy. It doesn't stay even. I don't know how to say this. It's just, it's hard to keep it in one place. It wants to spread. And when you're using color correct, you really have to be very, very careful. Of course, this is way better than the Cali Ray. I don't doubt it. Did you guys see that Urban Decay came out with new palettes? Like, I can't do that again. They have gone through so many iterations of garbage formulas. I just, no, thank you. I'll wait on that one. Do you guys have anything else that we want to talk about? Anybody with any recommendations, any sales that you know of? You guys do know the Sylvie sale is going on right now. It's 25 or 30% off for Chantecaille, which obviously is a big deal. And the thing that I wanted to tell you guys this. They will price match you at a Chantecaille counter if you go to like Nordstrom's or Neiman's. Like when the Chantecaille website starts shrinking, you know, like everything seems to sell out, you can go and get price matched at a store that still has all their inventory. It's a great way to kind of get what you want even when things sell out. Most department stores I have found now will price match another department store also. They won't do it for like a Sephora sale because they don't know what level you're at. Only time I buy anything Chantecaille is during the sale. It is a great sale. It really is. Like, there are going to be so many sales, you guys. It's from here until the fall stuff comes, the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, till Labor Day. It's going to be like sales upon sales upon sales. Blue Mercury has 20 off all makeup right now. Trish McAvoy 20 off. Excellent. Good to know. It's heavy too. Blue Mercury will also match Chantecaille's sale. It's so nice when you when things get depleted in one place, you can turn to another and still get, you know, the sale price. It's a good little trick. I love buying things on sale. Anything else anybody wants to share? It's so hard on Sunday nights to like be done with the weekend. And Molly and I talk about the Mondays quite a bit. All right, you guys, Tuesday, we will meet again. If we are a small group like this, are you guys interested in me setting up a Zoom so we can all talk? Or do you prefer being in your pajamas under the covers while I'm sitting here looking really gross in my sweats? I put a clean sweatshirt on for you guys because my black one had dog hair covering it. That was me getting fancy today. Okay. Well, I will have something fun planned for Tuesday. I'm going to reevaluate. Ooh, Shantakai is 30 off with Beauty 30. I don't know why everyone is saying 25 and giving a different code. It's because you have to have bought from them in the past or something. You prefer to look at me? You're so sweet, Molly. I know Zoom is hard. 25 is for everyone. 30 is for the loyals. I definitely am not saying that right. It's their loyalty program, correct? That I can say. The loyals. I took Spanish. I can't even try to pretend like I know how to say these words. All right, you guys. Everyone have what it makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, if anybody changes their mind and thinks that they might be interested in doing Zoom, let me know because I'm still throwing it out there. You guys, thanks for showing up tonight and for just, you guys are all like turning into, this is a good group, you know? I do want you guys to know that there is going to be eventually a VIP area of my website, and all of you will be grandfathered in for free. I'm only going to charge like 99 cents a month or something like that, but you will all be free. Oh, thank you, Felice. It was so nice. Boring UD, not about it. No. You're so sweet. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm hoping that those of you that are in crazy heat this week stay cool. I hope that those of you who are working have a light week. I hope for those of you who are doing something fun that it's fantastic. I will see all of you guys on Tuesday night for our regular. And I didn't have any tech problems tonight. That was so good. Have a great night, everyone. Bummer I missed most, but always love to see you. Well, Molly, we're just glad you came at all. You were driving for a long time. You had to bring her doggies back and go back to work. Oh, and your cousin's with you. Go have fun. Go have fun. She's having a slumber party. She's very tight with her cousins, and one of them's staying with her for the day. You're playing hooky tomorrow. I love that. All right, you guys, have a good night. Mwah. Sending you all so much love. Have a good week, and I'll see you on Tuesday night. Bye. Bye.